Hey, what's up YouTube? Raymond here. I go by the gamer tag GunSurgeon. Today I'm going to make a quick video showing you guys exactly how I game one-handed. In 2012 I lost use of my right arm in a motorcycle accident and I basically had to relearn how I play video games. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a rundown on exactly how I do it. That way other people with disabilities may be able to figure out exactly how they can get back into gaming, and hopefully it'll help a few people out. So I'm going to do a quick overview of the setup behind me. It's a Case Labs SMA8 case. It's got an EVGA X99 classified motherboard with two EVGA 980 Ti graphics cards, 16 gigabytes of Ripjaw 2666 megahertz RAM, it's got a couple hard drives in it. I think two 500 gigabyte SSDs and two 3 terabyte hard drives. I got two Asus 144 megahertz monitors. I actually have three, but we're working with limited space right now, so I only have two of them set up. And then I got a whole slew of peripherals, which I'm going to go through right now as I show you guys exactly how I game. So let's get this thing started. So when it comes to peripherals, there's a few things I use. I use a Razer Naga left-hand edition. I use two Stinky gaming foot pedals. I use a Razer Orbweaver tournament pad, a Razer Sabertooth controller, and then I have a Razer Black Widow keyboard and a Razer Invicta mousepad. I'm going to go ahead and get into details for each individual peripheral. The first one we're going to start with is the Razer Naga mouse. Alright, this is the Razer Naga mouse. This is the key to my entire setup. This is the reason I can game with one hand. Until this device came out, I couldn't game. So in 2012, when I had my accident, I wasn't able to game. In 2013, when they put this mouse out, it made everything so much easier. So this is what I do. I keybind WASD, which is normally on your keyboard, to the side of the mouse. I'll use 8 and 11 as W and S, and I'll use 7 and 10 as A, and 9 and 12 as D. And what this does, this allows me to go ahead and when I'm moving forward or backwards, I can just roll my thumb to the left or right. That way I can press forward and backwards and left or right at the same time. And I was originally using just 10 and 12, but I was finding it difficult when running forward to run diagonal or to strafe immediately without accidentally hitting another key. So I just go ahead and keybind 7 and 10 and 9 and 12 to your left and right movement. Of course, you got all the other keys, and it's personal preference exactly what you want to put there. I tend to put the stuff I use more often up here on the scroll wheel where you push left and right or click down. Usually click down is the use button. I go ahead and do crouch or a special move down here, and then scroll will be changing your weapons, and then the buttons up here are for whatever you need them for. It's really going to be personal preference. The main thing you need to know is the movement, and that's, moving with this right here. It takes a little practice, but it's possible. And you can even move while you claw grip and pick up, but I tend to try to just pick up real fast and move while I'm not moving and move the mouse. And that's pretty much it. That's it for the mouse, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the Orbweaver tournament pad. I use this mainly for when I play World of Warcraft, and the reason is when I'm playing it, normally I can just use the mouse and run around, but when I'm raiding, I use this, and I'll have all my keybinds here, all my abilities here. I can move with this, jump with that, and that's it. I don't use this for a whole lot of other games other than a couple of the vehicles in Battlefield or in Battlefront, and mainly the flying vehicles. It just is easier to bind the movement to here and then your other buttons to here, and that's really all I use the Orbweaver for. It's took a beating. I've had this for a while. I like it. It's a really good device. The next thing we're going to look at is the Razer Sabertooth controller. The Razer Sabertooth controller, I obviously can't play console games. It's really hard with having the two joysticks to play console games. So I use this mainly for Rocket League. And what I will do is I have my movement here, and then I will put camera switch here, I will put jump here, and then boost down here. Now this has two keys in one key in each direction, so this is a really nice controller. I would recommend it. The only thing I don't like is Razer doesn't let you use your Synopsys 2.0 software with it, and that makes it kind of pointless because I can't keybind any keys other than this special key here, and the special key here. So Razer, get on top of this, man. Get this thing into Synopsys so I can keybind all the keys, and I'll play around with it some more, and maybe I can find some more uses for it. This is the Razer Invicta mousepad. This really doesn't have anything to do with gaming with a disability, but I really like this mousepad. I just got it a couple weeks ago, and it is hands down the best mousepad I've ever used. It's got a solid aluminum build. It's got a grip pad on the bottom of it. It pops out, and it has a really smooth shiny surface and then a rough textured surface. The smooth surface is a speed surface, and this is a control surface. I like the control surface. I prefer the control surface. It's a really nice mouse pad. It's pricey, but it's worth every penny of it. And that's it for this. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Razer Black Widow keyboard. This is the Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard. It's a keyboard. I don't really know how much better it is than any other keyboard. It does have its own hybrid buttons. It has a really nice button click to it. I like the feel and the firmness of the buttons. I had a Corsair K95 before this that had Cherry MX Red keys, and I actually prefer these keys over the Cherry MX Red keys. It's got 5 macro buttons, RGB lighting, but that's just, you know, fancy bells and whistles. It does have on the side headphone pass-through, mic pass-through, and USB pass-through. I just plug my headphones into it. I really don't use the USB pass-through. One of the things I like about it is the apps, and it has an app that's running right now. This is Overwatch, and if you look, it's kind of hard to see, but only the keys that you use are lit up. It's flashing H right now because that's select a hero, and then W, S, A, D, and then of course E, and then Shift. It's only lighting up the buttons that you actually use for the game, which is a really cool feature. I really like it. That's pretty much it for the Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard. It's a really nice keyboard. I recommend it. It's kind of expensive. They have cheaper versions if you don't want the RGB lighting, but overall, it's a good keyboard. I like it so far. I've only had it for a week or two, and so far it's served me pretty well. I like it better than the Corsair K95 that I had. Alright, let's move on. What we have here are the Stinky Gaming foot pedals by Stalulu, and they are a great addition to any gaming setup. With the disability, it helps a lot because it gives me a bunch of buttons at the at my foot tip, and that way I don't have to worry about using my fingers. But if you had all of your body parts, it would still be a good addition to your setup. It would take fractions of a second off of hitting some of the keys, and that could be the difference between you being alive and you being dead in first-person shooters. What I do with these is I usually use these for jump. I'll put jump at the tip of my foot. I'll put shift at the tip of my other foot. They work like a D-pad. You can stick your whole foot on. You can rock your foot back to back and side to side. I use it for, let's just use my Call of Duty for example. This will be space. That'll be jump. This will be reload. This is slide. Over here we'll have shift. We'll have push to talk. And then over here we'll have crouch. And I basically use these for every game I play, but that's my Call of Duty setup. These are a great addition to any gaming setup. I love them a lot. I don't think I could game without them. I'm so used to using them. They're good. They're high quality. They're not super expensive. I think they're 70 or 80 bucks a piece. I'll put a link in the description. Really good addition to any gaming setup. Alright, real quick, we have the software right here for the Stinky Gaming footpad. It is got 2 boards. You got your right and your left. Your 4 keys. You can do macros. Well, you can't do macros. You can do key down, pulse. So you can do like a toggle, a normal, and then a pulse. This is my Call of Duty setup. This is the right pad. You know, I got space for jump, I got R for reload, and then I use M for slide. Really don't use the inside of, this would be on the inside of my right foot, so I really don't use that one. And then if we were to switch over to the left, on the left one I have shift, which is sprint, and then C, which I'm pretty sure is crouch, and then control, which is melee maybe. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, I don't use I mainly use it for sprint. I have most of the other stuff bound to the Razer mouse. So, and then real quick, we'll show you the software for, this is Razer Synopsys 2.0 software. This is the Razer mouse. This is the Naga. You can switch to side view. It shows all your side keys. You can see where I have all of my directional buttons set to these bottom 6 keys. And then I have the top. I don't really use these in Call of Duty, so I don't really have them. They're set to switch weapons, I think. E obviously is melee. I'm pretty sure. F is interaction. So if you wanted to capture a bomb or you wanted to open a crate, that's F. Then you have your top keys. If you switch to top view, you have this nice three-way button in the middle. You got scroll click middle, and then you can press it left and right, and then scroll up and down, switch weapons, obviously. Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty it for the Razer Synopsys. You can go over to the Orb Weaver. This is a Shadow and Mortar profile. I really don't use it for that. This is mainly used for World of Warcraft. And then you can see all your key bindings, and you got your side, you got your directional. I really like the software. It's ease of use. It's really easy to use. You know, you can set macros. You can do. You'll switch back over to the Naga. You can set macros. You can change the lighting. There is an RGB one, but they haven't made a left-hand edition in RGB yet. So, but you can change the lighting that's on there now. You can calibrate it for particular mouse pads, which is really nice. And then obviously if you go to performance, you can change your DPI and your acceleration. For Call of Duty, I use it at 2500. I can go up higher than that, but I haven't found a need to yet. And I have better aim with a little bit lower. So, and then acceleration I keep turned off. Polling rate I always keep at 1000. And that's pretty much it. And then you got your Chroma keyboard, and you can change all the keys around. I haven't really messed with this too much yet because I don't use the keyboard a lot, because obviously I'm using the mouse for pretty much everything. But yeah, so you got the lighting, you can change the lighting, and you got gaming mode, which will turn off like the Alt Tab and the Windows key and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it for the software. I recommend Razer. You know, nobody else has come through with anything that encompasses so many devices and is so easy to use on the fly. I've never had any problems with Razer, except for occasionally Razer stats would crash, but they seem to have fixed that. That was over the summer. I haven't had a problem with that since. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's it for the software. Alright guys, so that's going to be it. Thank you guys for sticking with me through my very first YouTube video. I want to give a big thanks to Minling Tan and the entire Razer team. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be gaming right now. And stay tuned. I don't know what's going to happen with these videos. I'm going to post a bunch more. I started streaming. I think I'm going to do some tech stuff, maybe some unboxings. I'm really not sure, but I'm going to get it figured out. So like and subscribe. There's going to be links below to all the different products. And thanks very much, you guys. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.